Hi, ninth graders. I wanted to introduce the Odyssey. Our next assignments will be based on this reading, and we are going to take it slowly, little bit by little bit. And the Odyssey is an epic, and that means it's written in a poem form. It was meant to be read aloud by a storyteller, often accompanied by a stringed instrument. And that's something to think about as you read it, that it was meant to be listened to and not read. Your textbook suggests that you might get more meaning out of this more easily if you read it according to the punctuation and not necessarily line by line. There is a list of the Greek characters before you start to actually read the play, and I think it would be really helpful if just for a few times you went down that list and studied the pronunciations and looked at who those characters are, and I'll give you a little bit of context as you actually start your reading. Main purpose of epic poems was clearly entertainment, but also sometimes the goal was to provide a little religious training. There was often a moral to the story, and the epic hero, in this case Odysseus, often demonstrated the values that were important to a particular society, things like loyalty or courage or honesty. But these characters were also very human. And like the rest of us, they make mistakes and they sometimes get themselves into awkward situations or even danger. The fictional stories often had a historical context. And in this case, Odysseus is trying to get home to the island of Ithaca. He wants very badly just to go home. He has been involved in this war for 10 years. With the fall of Troy, the Greeks won, and all he wants to do is go home, and it's going to unfortunately take him 10 long years to get there. Along the way, he has lots of adventures. He gets tangled up with angry gods and protective gods and nymphs and one-eyed giants and monsters and evil people and helpful people. And the name Odysseus is actually derived from the Greek word for trouble, and you'll see how appropriate that name is for him. Back at home in Ithaca, he's been gone for 20 years, and many just assume that he's dead. So dozens upon dozens of suitors show up who want to marry his wife Penelope. She resists them, she loves her husband, and she's still trying to convince herself and hold out hope that he's out there somewhere trying to get home. Telemachus is her son, and he is trying to thwart these suitors as well. And his age is never specifically given, but it does say that he was an infant when his dad left for the war, so that would make him about between 20 and 21 years of age, probably as this story takes place. I think you'll enjoy reading about his fantastic adventures, but also appreciate this story, which was written almost 3,000 years ago, still reflects stories and issues of today. Stories of grief, stories of hope, stories of courage, betrayal, temptation, anger, revenge, and love. Enjoy.